welcome to SVG-TV's news for Monday, November 24th, 2025. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. As Election Day approaches, political preparations continue to intensify here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Both major political parties are finalizing arrangements to ensure a smooth electoral process. However, Unity Labour Party ULP leader and Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Salz has raised concerns about what he describes as foreign interference in the upcoming polls. Speaking at the ULP Youth Rally at Richmond Hill yesterday, Dr. Gonsalves accused 8 Trinidadian lawyers reportedly working with the opposition New Democratic Party of attempting to influence the country's electoral process. He urged supporters to pay close attention to the names he listed during his address.
I have in my hand here the printout of 8 lawyers, activists from Trinidad. They arrived today. An NDP lawyer of no real political significance, though she thinks otherwise, went to pick them up. And I want to read their names to you because what they do, what they have done is they bring them here to work on election day and between now and election day. I want to read their names slowly so that you all can play back these names online.
Dr. Gonsalves alleged that the lawyers' involvement could undermine the integrity and smooth operation of the election, calling the matter a serious national concern.
And if they don't pay attention to what I say, I will put all these photographs online so that the people will see those who have come in from Trinidad who want to be engaged in a process to see if they can interfere and to try in some way to distort and undermine our electoral democracy and to prevent the necessary and desirable victory on the 27th of November, Thursday this week.
The Prime Minister also addressed reports that several individuals from Barbados recently entered SVG to work with the ULP. While he did not name those individuals, he noted that the rules governing entry for Barbadians and Trinidadians differ due to the recent CARICOM Free Movement Agreement, which facilitates easier travel for certain member states.
I say, lawyers, you come here to work, you either have to get a work permit or you have to have a CARICOM Skills National Certificate, which is approved by the government, the issuance of which is approved by the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So if you come here and do any work for the NDP, you are working here illegally, and that is a criminal offense. I want to tell you, I do nothing but welcome them with labor love. But as we welcome you with labor love, you follow our rules, and you can't go inside of a polling station because you're not a Vincentian to come to interfere with our process. And you can't come wrong our polling stations to say that you're going to do this or do that. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not Tunapuna. It's not Curep. It's not Pinal. It's not San Fernando. It's not Morvan. It is not Laventille.
Dr. Gonsalves further stated that entertainers from Trinidad and Tobago were expected to visit SVG ahead of the election, but ultimately decided not to do so, a move he suggested may have been influenced by the current political climate. The Unity Labour Party ULP launched its youth manifesto on Sunday night during its rally at Richmond Hill playing field in the constituency of East Kingstown. Candidate for the area Luke Brown said the manifesto outlines plans to further develop young people and create meaningful opportunities for their advancement. He highlighted in particular the rehabilitation of sporting facilities such as the Richmond Hill playing field.
Comrades, the Unity Labour Party signals its commitment to the young people of this country by this Youth Manifesto. This is an important document. This is a document which is a blueprint for the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We did not just print one manifesto which was published recently. We said that the young people must have their own document which outlines plans relevant to them. And the government, this party in this manifesto, has sent the signal that we will continue to develop our playing fields. And one of the playing fields which we will develop is this Richmond Hill playing field.
Brown also drew comparison between the ULP's candidates and those of the opposition New Democratic Party, asserting that the ULP understands the needs of young people and has clear programs designed to support youth development.
Our party and our slate has 4 persons, 40 and under on it. The NDP slate has nobody in that age category. I have been in politics for 15 years now, and I am still younger than the youngest candidate on the NDP slate. Comrades, this government sends a signal of its commitment to young people by the composition of our cabinet and the composition of our parliament. We have, as ministers of government, the excellent Benava Brong. We have, as a minister of government, Orandi Brewster. We have, as a minister of government, Kesal Peters. We have, as a parliamentary secretary in government, Shaquille Bob. We have, as a senator in our parliament, Ashel Morgan. This is the party for young people.
During the rally, 2 former NDP youth members who recently crossed over to the ULP also addressed the crowd, sharing their reasons for making the switch.
Tonight is not a normal night. During the last elections, my political persuasions was different. So tonight, I will be breaking protocol because I broke ties with a political party that pledges emotionally, operates chaotically, and has no clear sound plan for SVG. Of course, I'm talking about the NDP.
I mean, I'm confused.
Comrades of Labour, young people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, allow me to reset the protocol and reset the narrative. As a new and proud supporter of the Unity Labour Party, this is the party that currently has a clear vision for SVG.
Welcome to the party that is working for you, and the party that believes in you, the party that have interests and have your intellect at heart, your creativity at heart, and you will lead and build SVG. The party that knows your potential, the team that puts you to the forefront, not now, but it's a long, 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 long time. Youths of Labour, this evening is charged, and it's 6, and we ain't taking no licks.
The opposition New Democratic Party, NDP, held its youth rally on Saturday night at the Oweya playing field in the North Windward constituency. Party leader Dr. Godwin Friday told the youth audience that much is at stake in this election, stressing that the campaign belongs to them. He reminded young people that the country's future will be determined by the choices they make at the polls on Thursday, November 27th.
I am so encouraged by the tremendous support that you have given to my colleagues and me over the course of this long campaign. But you know, we have been there with you before the election announced. We were there in the communities, big and small. We were there when you had troubles and trials. Chevron was there. when the volcano blew up. Terence was there when Beryl ripped the heart out of the Southern Grenadines. We were there with you. And I feel humbled tonight that you are here with us. Because what I say all the time in this campaign, it is not about entertainment, although I know you enjoy yourself. It is not just about following the crowd, although I know you came in your buses and your ones and your twos. It is about all of us coming together and realizing the true potential of this beautiful country that we have inherited, and taking the responsibility and the obligation to say for the next generation, I shall not let you down. And we will do our part to make sure that the country that we gave you is better than the one that we inherited.
A confident Dr. Friday further told the gathering that a change is coming to the country, emphasizing that the people are the real boss and that when they are ready for change, it will happen.
And you have told us over the course of this campaign that you're ready for something better. Because you know, you have heard from the other side, you have seen them. They have had 25 years in office and they still come to you and try to say that they need more time to do what they want to do for this country. They need more time to deliver more jobs for the young people. They want to tell you, you need more times to fit a pothole in Kingston. You need more time to put medicine and bandages in the hospital. All they are doing, as the previous speaker mentioned, is they're trying to mamagai you. They're trying to frighten you. They're trying to make all kinds of terrible accusations about the members here on these platforms. But you know better, because you have seen us in your communities. You have seen Siobhan John in your classrooms, and your children respect her. Yesterday, I was with this woman in this constituency doing a walkabout. We have done many before. And every time I go out with her, I am so in awe at the respect that she received, even from people I can see that they are not going to vote for her, but they still love and respect her. And we know that what Siobhan does, she says, my arms are always open. We want you now, but if not now, we will take you whenever you come.
Dr. Friday added that everything the NDP has worked towards over the past year and more culminates on Election Day this Thursday, which he described as a date with destiny.
When we can create something truly beautiful in this country, where the potential of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and our beautiful people can be realized in a way that it has never been done before, where you can put behind the politics of hate, of division, of spite, of selfishness, of arrogance, and embrace one that says, we are all our brother's keeper. That we are one people, despite of our differences. We are not so divided amongst ourselves that we cannot say when we are hungry that we will hold up bread for one another. That we cannot say that when we are in need, because of how we vote, we will not feed you. That is not the country that we want. That is the country that we have come to know. We are on the precipice of a society that is so divided that we don't remember anymore how to love one another as Christ has taught us. That we go to church, we go to our schools, we go to our playing places, and we think about the things that are possible, but we come back out and then somebody says something poisonous in your ear and you want to hate your neighbor. Let us put that politics behind us. Let us look to something more hopeful.
Meanwhile, the NDP candidate for North Windward, Chevon John, told supporters at Saturday's rally in Oya that if the people of the constituency give her the opportunity to serve as their Member of Parliament, she will work every day to ensure their lives improve. She said that as a mother, aunt and community leader, she has witnessed firsthand the struggles many young people face. She added that it does not have to remain that way, noting that young people deserve far more than they are currently receiving, including second chances for those who may have run afoul of the law.
Every young person in North Windward and across this country deserve better. And I want you to look to your neighbor and say, I deserve better. So I'm very proud that the NDP has job creation as the centerpiece of their plans in this election, especially for our young people. You are our highest priority. I want to tell you tonight, as a teacher, I believe that every young person deserves, especially those who got in trouble with the law, you deserve a second chance. And no other party will offer you that than the NDP. Major Lecoq in Parliament and in many of his speeches proposed what we call a second chance compact to help young Vincentians to turn away from a life of crime. I just want to tell you that in 2023, the ULP government was spending $13,000 per prisoner per year. But only $5 on a Boy Scout, only $5 on Girl Guides, and only $5 on a cadet. Do you think that is really what it should be? That should never be so. The NDP will change that by spending more on our youth groups so that we can have fewer prisoners in the prison.
John said that during her 5 years as a senator, she has raised numerous issues affecting the people of North Windward in an effort to have them addressed. She assured the audience that programs such as the Yes and Set initiatives introduced by the ULP will not be abandoned, contrary to what she says some have suggested. Instead, she says the NDP government will continue the programs and ensure that the participants are properly compensated for their work. While commending the ULP for the bridges constructed in the constituency, which she acknowledged are useful, John added that dignity is equally important and is something the people deserve.
Dignity comes from opportunities, fairness, and respect. Dignity comes when every young person has a job, when every family has good health care, when every community has hope. We cannot confuse concrete with compassion. A bridge without opportunity is just stone and steel. Friends, true dignity is when our young people can walk across the bridge into the future of jobs and opportunities. So tonight, I reiterate that NDP will provide jobs for you. I don't want to tell you tonight again and reiterate it. We will implement our Youth Guarantee Pledge to ensure that you all are working. We will implement our National Athletes Program. We will ensure that young creatives have duty-free concession to purchase new equipment to grow their business. NDP has the plan for you. Brothers and sisters, bridges should lead somewhere. But under this government, too many bridges lead to nowhere. No jobs, no opportunities, and no dignity. They built bridge, but they left our young people stranded over the bridge.
At the NDP Youth Rally, the call for change was the central theme, echoed by the youth speakers who urged their peers to vote for change.
We have watched a government treat this country like its personal property, changing rules, shifting goalposts, and holding on to power at any cost. And let me remind you of something former U.S. President Barack Obama said, and I want you to listen well. When leader tries to change the rules in the middle of a game just to stay in office, it risks instability and strife. And he goes on to say, and sometimes you'll hear leaders say, I'm the only one who can hold this nation together. If that's true, then the leader has failed to truly build their nation.
To all of the workers who are dismissed under the draconian vaccine mandate, there are people on the other side who want to stand in solidarity with millionaire investors, who want to stand in solidarity with people who have millions in a bank account and properties in every country. But for me, I would rather stand in solidarity with my own people. And so, on Thursday, I am not just standing with Andrew John. I am standing with the doctors and the nurses and the teachers and all of the frontline workers, because like Moses used to say, I would rather suffer affliction with my people than dwell in the tents of wickedness.
4 days from now, we decide the direction of our nation. 4 days from now, we take back the promise of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So, let us show up. Let us stand up. Let us vote for progress, for opportunity, and for a government that sees every young person as the engine of national transformation. On November 27th, I say, vote the New Democratic Party. Vote for change. Vote for progress, not promises. Vote for a better future for all of us. And remember, after Thursday is what? After Thursday is what? After Thursday is what? After Thursday, pana, 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 pana. Friday, Friday, Friday. Oh God, Friday, Friday, Friday.
Nurses at the Milton Keaton Memorial Hospital are now better equipped to handle neonatal care, particularly newborn resuscitation. A team of doctors from the World Pediatrics visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines last week and conducted a one-week training program led by neonatologist Dr. Robert Fleming. The team highlighted the importance of training and the need for more nurses in SVG to be skilled in neonatal care.
A small percentage of the newborns born will need a full resuscitation, meaning they're going to need help breathing, they're going to need stimulation to wake up from their anesthesia or from whatever event just happened to them. They're going to need warmth, and eventually they're going to need glucose, those types of things. And we're starting with the initial steps of breathing, and everybody can do that. And if you do that well, a lot of times that's all you need to do. So we're going to practice that all the way up to chest compressions, if God forbid we need to go that far. But resuscitation means, for a newborn, primarily breathing for the baby.
To get the baby to breathe, we use a bag and mask. So it's a mask that fits over the baby's mouth and nose. It's connected to, it's called an ambu bag, and it's just where we squeeze oxygen and air down into the lungs. And that helps initially get some of the fluid out, helps with some of the other changes in trying to breathe out here in the world. And once that gets going, then the babies will take off on their own. For some of them, that process will be quite delayed or maybe won't happen if they don't get a little extra help. So it's those babies that we're really trying to ensure that we have the skills in place to do that.
Neonatologist consultant from Barbados, Dr. Cave, said there is a strong need for greater emphasis to be placed on neonatal care.
And that's a variety of different skills. What we're focusing on today is newborn resuscitation, which, as Rob said, is the beginning stage, that critical transition sometimes from being inside the womb where mother takes care of everything to being born where since the baby can't, we have to help. So that's the focus, but there are lots of things in the nursery, how to feed them, how to help them breathe, how to prevent infection, how to integrate them later on when they go back home because they have special needs. So World Pediatrics provides support for the people here through training here, training elsewhere, transferring patients. It's a comprehensive program, all to benefit the children of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Vincentian volunteer neonatologist with World Pediatrics, Dr. Giselle Doyle, noted that continuous training for nurses is essential, especially in the area of neonatal care.
Being a volunteer here is really being able to help keeping our staff on the ground always trained. Because the problem is with neonatology, you recognize if you don't practice resuscitation, for example, regularly, you lose your skills. And it's making sure that even when you do it regularly, you still have to make sure that everybody is practicing the same things. And it's basically just a re-education for everybody. So it becomes really important to making sure that this is done regularly, even for us. We tend to do this every quarter for the most part, just to make sure that we keep on top of our skills, to make sure babies get the best outcomes possible.
The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force today provided an update on the ongoing investigation into the fatal stabbing of Gary Butte, 18, of Riley Village. The SVG Police Force says Romano Warren, an 18-year-old laborer of Otley Hall, who was charged with murder on November 20th, 2025, appeared before the Serious Offences Court today, November 24th. The charge stems from an incident in Kingstown on November 11th, 2025. Warren was declared a person of interest on November 19th, which generated a strong public cooperation and supported the swift progress of the investigation. At today's arraignment, he was remanded into custody. The matter has been adjourned to December 1st, 2025. The SVG Police Force commends the teamwork of investigators and the support of community members who continue to assist in bringing offenders before the court. The force says it remains steadfast in its commitment to ensuring that those who commit serious crimes are held accountable.